Right, we'll be starting in a moment. Let's just let a few people in and then we'll get going. Again, Facebook's changed everything around so I can't see everything properly. I hope people are filing in. Excuse me. Oh great, the test card's absolutely tiny. I can't even change it. Well, things go wrong all the time, so I think what I'll do is I'll go to the main scene. Good morning everyone, don't ask me why that was absolutely tiny, but welcome to the 93rd, not the 94th because of Wednesday, sorry, exercise session. So, Freakout Friday, welcome. Right, so apologies for Wednesday not being on. I did have my coronavirus vaccine on Tuesday and I did have a slight reaction to it within 4 hours. Not everyone is having them, so I'm not saying don't take it, it's just basically apparently if you have a reaction your immune system's even better. So there you go. So I'm still suffering from a little bit of it this morning, but I thought I would actually do the session, so if I fall on the floor, just fall 999 in the UK and I'll be fine. Okay, so right, so how is everyone? I hope everyone's alright. People are filling in, thank goodness, because I've just said that Facebook has been playing around with some of the settings again. Right, so whilst people are filing in, I'm going to do the talk. We're at myth number 18 from the top 23 nutrition and exercise myths by Declan Doyle. The artificial sweeteners cause cancer. To date, studies have failed to find any strong link between artificial sweeteners and cancer. According to Cancer Research UK, when you look at large groups of people, we don't see more cases of cancer in those who have artificial sweetened food and drinks compared to those who don't. In 2013, a European Food Safety Authority ruled that artificial sweeteners don't pose any threat to our health if consumed within the daily limits. For aspartame, this would be equivalent to 15 cans of Coke, Diet Coke, which is obviously more than people would likely have anyway. If you have 15 cans of Coke a day, you would actually be as big as a house. The amount of calories in there is not good. The truth. If it's to your preference, you can enjoy sweetened food or drink without fear that it might cause you cancer. To date, there is no strong evidence that it causes cancer in humans. So that's that on the sweeteners. Sorry, but you have to realise there are things with sweeteners that can actually happen in the body. Sweeteners work the same way as sugar. It creates a dopamine rush, so it reinforces your brain, ready for an energy rush. And because sweeteners are less in calories, and your body's expecting it, it will make you hungry to try and get those extra calories. So that's why a lot of people crave food after having something with artificial sweeteners. I don't know if there's any difference between artificial or natural sweeteners. We'll have to see about that later on in other studies. Right, so I think what we'll do is we'll... Sorry, I got a frog in my throat, I've had it all morning. Alright, I'll just have a bit of drink of water. Hopefully that'll set it out. So today we have dumbbells, mats you can't see at the moment, water, and alternatively a step. Steps are, I'll put that in just in case. Most people probably won't. I'm just going to open the front door to allow some cool air in. So, right, let's start then, shall we? Shall we start with the warm-up?
Warm-up.
Right, so what we're going to do is we'll start with bum kicks, bouncing from foot to foot. Get those arms moving as well. If you see me struggling getting my arm, it's because oh my goodness, it's quite actually painful. It's like BCG jab. For those of you who know what BCG jabs were, where people used to punch you on the arm afterwards. Gee, schoolroom antics. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to do some reach overs now, because we've got some reach overs coming up. So we're just going to stretch those muscles that we need to be stretching. That's it, nicely over. Try not to lean too far forward or too far back. Keep those abdominals tight as you try and do it. Right, next one we're going to do is just nice and easy, go down, try and touch your toes. If you can't touch your toes, just touch your shins. Don't go too fast. Don't want to get you too dizzy. 3, 2, 1. Excellent, marching on the spot. Hope everyone's alright then today. Excellent, some people are joining later on. That's not so bad, that's good. So, apparently it's Red Nose Day, I only found out about that this morning. And my dad said, I need £1. And I said, why are you not in your uniform? Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to just go out, out, in, out, in, in. Right, so this is going to emulate one of the exercises we'll do later on. So we're going to go out, out, in, in. Excellent, good. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to swap it. So we're going to go out, out with the opposite leg. That's it, good. Keep it going. You know, the day I want my lights blinking and they don't blink. Technical problems all over the place. Right, marching on the spot. Let's get those knees a little bit higher. Sorry if you can hear my feet tapping on the floor. Or me coughing. So keep it going. Now we're just going to go into 4 squats. So shoulder width apart, bottom back, and up, and down, and up, and down, and up. And last one, down, and up. I hope that was 4. I lost count. Marching on the spot again. Right. I feel like getting into the exercise now. I think we've done enough now. We've done 4 minutes of warm-up. So marching on the spot. So what we're going to do, keep on marching whilst I explain. So what we're going to do knee up squats or squat knee ups. I can't remember what I've written there. I can't even read it actually, it's so small. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to squat down. As we come up, we're going to raise one knee up, back down again, and raise the other knee up, okay? That's all we're going to do. So we'll be swapping from leg to leg. If you have balance problems, you might need a chair or a sideboard. Just make sure that it doesn't move. Just use your fingers. You can use 2 fingers or a few fingers. Don't grab hold of it, because that actually defeats the object of the actual balance you're trying to be doing. So right, we're almost there actually. So we're going to do squat knee ups in 12 seconds. Are you ready? So shoulder width apart. Try and get those hips nicely back. So you're going back so your knees aren't going forward.
2, 1.
Let's go.
Exercise
Down,
1.1.
one knee up. Then try and push up through that one leg. So you're really pushing up through that leg. So Swapping it over. A lot of these exercises are a little bit on a balance base. Also, you're trying to get a little bit more power in those limbs. Sorry about that again. I'm going to be coughing all day, I think. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Right, so we're going to go into a nice long lunge. So feet facing slightly outwards. What we're going to do is we're going to go into a lunge at one side and we're going to reach over, and then we're just going to transition to the other side and reach over that side. You can push your hand into that leg, into the leg that you're leaning over on to give you a little bit of support. Try not to lean forward or backwards.
Exercise 1.2.
So we're going to go over and swap, and over and swap, like you're on a rail. That's it, good. I like using my elbow to go down on, which means I'm actually going over a little bit more to work those obliques and the lats. Also, you'll find that your legs are really working hard, so are your glutes. 10 seconds. And with your legs being quite wide apart, you can't definitely get your knees over your toes.
Change.
So you won't be putting too much pressure there. Right, so we're going to go to the dumbbells. This one's a bit different. So it's front to lateral raise with the knees raised, knee up. So we're going to go forward with the weights, and as we go up, one knee's going to come up, then we're going to go down, then we're going to go to the side raise, and the same knee's going to go up, then we're going to swap sides with the same knee. So forward, one knee, side, same knee, forward, other knee, side, same knee. Just keep it going. Try and keep that torso nice and straight. Look forward. There you go, nice and easy. So what we're doing is we're actually putting a lot of tension in the core. So your tummy will be working an awful lot over time. There you go, good going. Right, so we're going to use the dumbbells again. We're going to punch roundovers. So we're going to slightly widen the shoulder width apart. We're going to punch across our body and round up and over. Punch, round up and over. It's like trying to paint a rainbow. You're going to go out, paint the rainbow. Out, paint the rainbow. Try and twist at the waist more than twisting at the hips. Excellent, that's it, good. 7 seconds.
3, 2, 1, change.
Excellent, good. Right, we've got staying alive next. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go down to one dumbbell. What we're going to do is we're going to go up, one leg slightly out, punch up, and then as we go down, we're going to kick our hips out the opposite direction. And then you go across.
Exercise 1.5.
Let me start again. So you start across with your hip out, and you go up, and your hip goes up, and down, and up, and down, and up, like John Travolta. I forgot which direction it went in. I could have actually got the hip in the wrong direction, actually. Let's have a look. No, I was actually right. And we're going to swap sides. So hip out, hip in. Hip O, hip in.
3, 2, 1, change.
Excellent, good. Right, we're going to go to gorilla twist. So the dumbbells are going to go up in front. Elbows are going to be at 90 degrees. Now if you've got osteoporosis or osteopenia, be very careful with this. Go a bit slower. But the rest of us, we're just going to twist at the waist. Trying to keep the hips really facing forward, and we're just going to go from one side to the other. Push those dumbbells together. We're going to twist from side to side. You can see I can actually look forward and do the same exercise. So if you've got osteopenia or osteoporosis, go nice and slow, just basically do standing Russian twists. Nice and easy, you don't want to be putting too much pressure on that spine if you've actually got a bone degeneration. But working it a little bit does help.
3, 2, 1.
Right, we're going to go for the mats this time. So I'm going to put the dumbbells down for the mats for this last time. We're going to go down into a bridge position. For people who want the step, you can always put the step underneath your shoulder blades, and I'll show you that one. So we're going to get down into a bridge position,
2,
and we're going to kick up one leg
exercise
and then the other leg.
1.7.
One leg on the other leg. Okay, so for the people who don't want to use the step, just put your shoulders on the floor, and it's a lot harder. So I'm going to go down and show you that. So you're really working the back of your hamstrings and your glutes as well.
Three, 2, 1. Water break.
Excellent, water break time. So you can see you can use that for a little bit of ease to actually try and take a little bit of pressure off your hamstrings. But I'm not going to use it. It's up to you if you want it. I'm going to move those mats away now. Make sure you take some water in. Just answering a few people in there. There we go with a little bit of emoticons. Right, yes, so staying alive. Point out, whichever, it's almost like a piece of string is attached to your hip, and out. In and out. In and out. So the other exercise I think we should quickly just go on is the front raise, side raise with the knee up. So same knee down, out to the side, same knee up. Then change over. Okay? Nice and easy. So we'll start off with the squat knee ups in 10 seconds. I'm going to go slightly to the, I'll go to this diagonal this time, so I always seem to go in that diagonal.
3, 2,
Maybe I like looking at that
1.
alcove.
Exercise
Right,
2.
so squat down, knee up. Squat down, knee up. Try and get those hips back so you can see my knees are actually over my toes. I'm not actually going over them like that. Like a lot of people when they squat down they want to go like that and their heels come up off the floor. That's probably because they've got tight calves and tight glutes. You need to try and get back and back. If you have problems with the squat, you can always put a chair in front of you, so when you actually go down, you can't go forward because the chair's in the way.
2, 1, change.
Right, okay, let's change. So lateral lunge reach overs. So remember, it's a nice long stance. Bend into almost like you're fencing. We're going to lunge over, we're going to reach over and swap and reach. So we've got 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Exercise 2.2.
People who find this a little bit difficult, you can always just do reach overs. That's in 15 seconds.
Three,
2, 1.
Change.
Brilliant. Right, so we've got front raise, front of the lateral raise to the knee raise. Right. Gosh, I need to figure out a better name for that. So remember, it's forward, one knee up, so I'm using pink, and then pink knee up as we go to the side. Green knee
3,
up,
2,
green knee to the side.
Exercise 2.3.
Pink, let's go. Pink to the side. Green, green to the side. If you're not following my colours, doesn't matter. As long as you get the idea. Excellent. I'll turn slightly to the diagonal. You can see I'm nicely upright. Not leaning to one side or the other. Really working that your abdomens and your back, and also your glutes. 3, 2, 1.
Change.
I'm going to quickly do another one, just to even it out. Right, staying alive. So I'm going to put one weight down. So remember, it's out, hip goes same direction,
3,
and back.
2,
Out,
1.
hip.
Exercise 2.4.
Let's go. If you want to put your hand in your hip, you can do. It's almost like we're trying to punch the cornice in the corner. And we're changing 3, 2, 1, and change. Hope I don't punch the Victorian era, that's what that white line is. Almost forgot to set my clothes off this morning, so you were just in socks hanging down.
3, 2, 1.
Brilliant.
Change.
Right. Gorilla twists. Oh, punching Roundovers, we haven't done that one. So with this one, it's punch out, bring it up, round over, down towards the back of the knee. Try not to go
3,
and hit the side of your
2,
thigh.
1.
Let's go.
Exercise 2.5.
Nice and easy, don't have to do it too fast. It's all about trying to develop the musculature, to be able to stabilise it. So you might find that when you go over, you're juddering. That's your muscles trying to actually use nerves which aren't used to actually doing the exercise into actually doing the exercise. And the more you recruit new nerve endings, the better you will be.
3, 2, 1. Change.
Excellent. Good. Gorilla twists. So remember, osteopenia and osteoporosis, nice and slow. Go from side to side. Everyone else, try and really push those weights together and try and go from side to side. Try not to allow them to slide in between. It's a quite difficult thing to do.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Exercise 2.6.
So the juddering, when you do the movements, you can also tell that as well with injuries. Like in my left arm, my bicep tendonitis is actually flaring up at the moment. So doing that round over, it was quite painful and quite hard, so my nerves were overreacting. So you can find that is also a sign of injury. So just be aware of that if you didn't normally have juddering and you suddenly do, just check. Got to press around that area, see if it's tender.
3, 2, 1. Change.
Excellent. Right, we've got the last one, number 7, which is the bridge kick outs. So I'm going to do it again on the floor. Oops, and trip up. As I'm at it.
3, 2,
So into the bridge position.
Exercise
Just kick up.
2.7.
Try and kick as far as you can. You will feel a little bit of pull on the outside of your leg and behind. You don't have to have a straight leg. A little bit of a kink will allow you to get a little bit further up to really work that hamstring a lot more, especially over the glutes. If you did a straight leg, it's more of a hamstring exercise all the way down. Slightly different. Try and keep those glutes high up in the air.
3, 2, 1. Water break.
That was break. My goodness, second time through already. Water break again. Gosh, it's warm. Wow. Right, one thing I want to talk to people actually is What would you want to do for the 100th episode? Would you want to do a challenge? Would you want to do something different? So if you've got any ideas, post them to me on YouTube or on Facebook. You can message me or email me at seekertraining@mail.com, and I'll do what you want to do. I was thinking about doing like a challenge. See how many you can do of certain exercises. Difficult exercises, but something that it's not impossible. There's always regressions and progressions. Excuse me again. Right, so ready for the squat and knee ups in 10 seconds. Five, three, two, one.
Exercise 3.1.
Do it at an angle. Don't blind you with my bold spot. Ten seconds. Trouble with actually facing in this direction. Hard to say the clock. Three, two, one.
Change.
Lateral lunge reach overs. Actually, I'll move this mat out of the way now, because otherwise it gets in the way. So remember a nice wide stance, something you're comfortable with.
2, 1.
Not that you're actually straining
Exercise
underneath there.
3.2.
You don't want to be straining until you're actually going to the lunge. Then you go over and then you just strain on one side. So it should be the straight leg that you strain under. So that one there. So really work your glutes. Ten seconds left. You can do this with dumbbells if you want to make it a little bit more difficult.
3, 2, 1. Change.
Right. Front to lateral raise, knee rises. I hope the text is easy enough to read on your screen, unless you're actually on the phone.
3,
Might be a bit small.
2, 1. Exercise 3.3.
Then to the side. Front, side. Front, side. Same knee. Same knee. Now it'd be a bit more difficult if you actually did this with just one arm at a time, especially if you alternated between which side you were doing it on. Don't want to think about that at the moment because it'll just confuse me.
3,
2,
1. Change.
Right, got punching roundovers. Remember this time. Yeah. Brain drain. So remember, we're punching out, rounding over.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Exercise 3.4.
You notice I'm actually twisting my left arm slightly, so the back of the hand goes up first. That's because my tendinopathy, if I go up like that, it really, really hurts. So if you have a problem and you know how to actually solve it and do exercise without pain, then do it. But if you get pain, you stop. Okay, so I'm lucky that I can actually figure out that a slight
3,
rotation of the wrist
2,
will
1.
actually alleviate a lot of
Change.
that pain. Right, so we're going to do staying alive. Back to one dumbbell. Well, I'll put you in there. Bet you will fall out and hit me on the head. So remember, so we're going to dumbbell down,
3, 2,
kick out the hip
1.
in the same direction.
Exercise 3.5.
So follow the dumbbell. It's almost like I'm a little teapot, short and spout. Stout, not spout. 3, 2, 1, and change. That's it, get that boogie on. If you get dizzy whilst looking at your hand, look
3,
forward.
2,
It means you
1.
don't get as much twist.
Change.
Excellent, good. Right, gorilla twist. The only difference with doing this
2,
faster is you're actually
1.
trying to recruit more
Exercise
fast twitch muscles.
3.6.
Let's go. And you really are pulling those abdominals in. The faster you go, the more you've got to pull in your abdominals. So really trying to go for it. Try not to hunch up your shoulders like that, like I've just done then. You want to try and keep your shoulders nice and back and down. Seven seconds.
3,
2, 1.
1.
Excellent, right.
Change.
We'll put these away now, actually. I think, no, we'll put these down here. Bring the mat out. And we'll do the bridge kickouts. So again, if you want to use the
3, 2,
step on the
1.
shoulders, please do. But
Exercise
be careful not to
3.7.
push it out backwards. Let's kick up. How are you doing? Doing all right?
3, 2, 1. Water break.
Excellent, water break time, and then we'll do our core. So I'll have a quick water drink, and then I will discuss what we're going to do. So remember when we warmed up, we did the legs out where we went out, out, in. But we'll be doing that in a planked position. So again, if you want to use the stool to elevate your torso slightly so you don't have to go down as far, you can do. But I find it's more effective, especially on the abdominals, to be on the floor. So I'll show you that you can actually, you go down into a plank position and bring your knees up. What you'll be doing is you'll be trying to get your knees down, push back, and you'll be going out, out, in, out, out, in. And then after 6 of those, you'll be going out the other way with the other foot. So going out, out, in is a count of 1. So doing it without really activates your core a lot more. So that's the first exercise. So we're going to be doing 12. So we'll be doing 6 in one direction, 6 in the other. So it's out, out, in. Out, out, in. Swapping round. Out, out, in. Out, out, in.
3,
The higher you can get your
2,
bottom, the better.
1.
So
Pull 3
let's,
times 2.
so let's go. So it's out, out, in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and swap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent, good. So be careful about blood rushing to your head. That's why If you do find that blood rushes to your head, elevate your head slightly on the stool. It's a lot easier. Remember to breathe as you go do it. That'll reduce the amount of blood going to your head. Right, let's do circular. Good morning. We're going to do 10. So shoulder width apart. What we're going to do is we're going to bend over at our waist, keeping our legs nice and tight. Hips back, and we're going to go to this. I'll do it in front. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the side, down, up, and straight. That's 1. Then we do it the other way. That's 2. Okay, shall we start? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. I'll turn that way. 4. So you can see my hips going back. 5. Actually, you should be able to see my hips going back if you're doing it. 6. Really good back workout. 7, 8. Try and keep those legs nice and straight. 9 and 10. Excellent. Now we're going to do 30 glute bridge hip kickouts. So we're going to get back down into the glute bridge position. And what we're going to do, so again, if you want to be on the stool to push yourself up, you can do. What we're going to do is we're going to keep our hands either to the side or on our chest. What we're just going to do is we're going to kick our hips out to one side. Now again, if you've got osteopenia or osteoporosis, be careful with this. So we want to slide out to one side and then to the other. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So alright, let's start. Let's start again from counting. 1, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, keep those hips up, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Excellent, right. How do you find that? If you found it painful at all, please just do ordinary glute bridges where you go up and down. If you found it comfortable, keep on doing it. Right, so we're going to go all the way through that once more time. Once more time. English, second language. Right, so let's go. Shall we go with the plank squat step outs? Are you ready? And out, out, in. 2, 3, keep those tummy tight. 4, 5, 6, swap legs. Out, out, in, opposite way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent, good. Nice and up. Let's go into circular good mornings. I'm going to put my hands across my chest now. Just to go out and round. I find it easier, it keeps the arms out of the way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Try and keep those now back straight. 10. So if you have problems with rounding, try and keep your shoulder blades back. Right, so we're going to do the hip kick outs on the glute bridge. So if you've got pain, remember, just go up, down. Squeeze those glutes, down. Everyone else, what we're going to do is going to swing from side to side. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 and 30. Brilliant. Right, whilst we're down here, we've got 30 seconds and then we'll be cooling down. So what we're just going to do is, whilst we're waiting for the cool down, we're just going to do some bicycles. Get those legs in the air. Try and keep your back flat on the floor. A lot of people, they tend to put the hands underneath the bum, because what happens is when you put your hand on the bum, it rotates the pelvis that way and forces you back into the floor. That's actually, personally, I don't think that's a good idea. It's actually teaching you to actually have your pelvis always upwards to get you back in a neutral position. Now, if you've got a line on the floor, if you can just get your back backwards, then your pelvis will be in a neutral position. Because if you engage your pelvis like that, you do actually put extra pressure over your back slightly. Right. Okay, so let's start doing those stretches. So we're going to do the ordinary stretches. We're going to put our leg up, stretch our hamstring, pull nice and tight. We'll be doing a bit more leg exercises today because we've done a lot of unilateral work and alternating work on different sides. 3, 2, 1. What we're going to do is we're going to bring our knee down, hand on the outside of the knee, and then push over. Try and keep the opposite shoulder blade on the floor. So what you'll do is you should feel a pull just over the glutes. And also it's good for your spine as well. So try and keep looking at that ceiling. 2, 1. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come back up and then put the opposite hand on the inside of your thigh and then push that leg out. So you're trying to stretch the inside of your groin slightly. Two, 1, and then let's swap over to the other side. This is where it can get a little bit boring, where you just got your leg up. Try not to kink your leg down as well. If your leg kinks, try straighten it and then pull it back. Try and keep it straight. Concentrate on it. If you concentrate on the area you're working, you'll work it a lot a lot more. See, language isn't great for me at the moment. Right, so bend that knee, opposite hand on the outside of your thigh, push over and try and keep the opposite shoulder blade on the floor. So if you can't get fully over, it doesn't matter. If you only get up to there, that's fine, as long as you're actually stretching that spine and over the glutes. Three, 2, 1, foot up, swap hands, inside of your thigh, push out like a chicken wing. That's what I was thinking. I wanted to say something on the last time I was coming around the voice. It's like trying to pull a chicken leg off a chicken. Don't pull your leg off though, it might hurt. Three, 2, 1. Let's come up and we'll slowly sit up. And what we're going to do now is we're going to get into a long lunge. Slowly rest that knee on the floor. And what we're going to do is we're going to push forward. So push this knee forward. Clench your bottom so your pelvis does rotate. And you'll feel a lot more, a lot better stretch over that thigh. And when we push forward, you should feel it running underneath that thigh. 3, 2, 1, and let's swap legs. You don't have to put the knee down on this one. I find it's actually better if I don't, but a lot of people tend to shake if they don't. So if you ever have leg pain after leg days, this is one of the best stretches to do, especially for the back, underneath the glutes, and over the thighs, and especially over the hips. It's great. Right, let's come up and we'll just do a stretch up. We'll go over to one side, try not to lean forward or backwards.
3, 2,
Ignore the woman.
1. Your timer is complete.
And swap to the other side. So what you don't want to do is collapse your knees and go backwards like that, because that'll actually put extra pressure on your back. Try and keep your legs straight. If you keep your legs straight, you find it harder to actually fall backwards, but you'll find it easier to fall forwards. Alright, and then press it up. Try and get that head slightly forward. So what you can do is you can actually stretch your back quite nicely. And release. And thank you very much all for doing Freakout Friday. I almost said Step Up Wednesday then. So thank you very much all for coming. I hope you really enjoyed it. We'll be back again on Monday for canned workouts. Number 94. And we'll, so any ideas, please message me in any way possible through Facebook, YouTube. I've taken off comments on my website, but you can email me from there. And we'll see what we can do for the 100th episode. Right, thank you all for coming. Have a healthy and safe day. God bless, and I'll see you all later on. Take care for now.